What's up, everyone? Today is part one of the street and track budget Miata build here. Goals for my MB1 that I have here is I want to be able to do a little bit of grip driving, and I also would like to get into drifting. So this is a big day for the channel and a big day for me. So take you along on this journey. Let's get started. So the first piece of the puzzle here is my M2 Sport, Hard Dog M2 Sport roll bar. This bar right here. So today I'm going to be installing it on the Miata. I've never done this before, so it's going to be an adventure. I've heard from some people that it's kind of difficult, so I don't know. I'm going to give you an honest install today, pretty much. So, yeah. First step is to pretty much take the interior out of the car, or at least the back half of the interior out of the car. So, yeah, let's get to it. All right, so as you can kind of see, we got the interior of this thing kind of torn apart. Well, sort of. We have the package tray piece out, got some of the interior trim out here. So one smart thing that I did was actually like laid out the interior panels as like the same as the orientation of the car. I think that's gonna make life a little bit easier. I think laying out the interior panels like this is gonna make life a little bit easier for me, as far as like figuring out like what side everything goes on. I mean, it's self-explanatory, but yeah. So some issues that I ran into inside the car. So pretty much, I couldn't get the seats out. We're gonna see if I can put in this roll bar without taking the seats out, because, I mean, essentially, I don't have an impact big enough to get these bolts off of the seats. There, as you can see, like, there's like four. As you can see, there's 4 bolts, and I'll clean this out ahead of time. Don't worry about that. But as you can see, there are 4 bolts holding the seats. I don't have the impact big enough to get these things out, and it seems like they were torqued on by God. So impossible right now. So we're gonna kind of call an audible here, see if I can get the seats in. I mean, we're gonna call an audible here, see if I can get the roll bar in, with the seats still in the car. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I can do this. We'll see. So now that I have the interior bits out, it's time to kind of like unpackage this thing. It's time to unpackage these things. I think the hardware is here. I think the hardware for the install of the roll bar is in these, as you can see on both of those. So yeah, that's what's next on our agenda here. And then we're gonna test. Yeah, that's what's next on our agenda. Then we're gonna test with the bar inside the car and bolt it in, or kind of like mock it in a little bit, and we'll see how that goes. So let's kind of unpackage this thing a little bit. I don't know, we'll see if we even have what we need to mount it. So yeah, on the first side, looks like we have the plates, the little mounting plates. We'll kind of, I know some of these go on the wheel well. I'm not really sure the other ones go right now, but looking for hardware though. trying to be extremely careful here and not like end up scratching the roll bar. It says specifically not to use anything sharp to open it, but the way this is wrapped up on here, it's making it impossible not to. So, yeah. I guess it also doesn't help that my knife is really dull. Day 2 of this roll bar install. I kind of stopped yesterday just because like I couldn't get the seats were being so difficult to get out. Like obviously I won't be able to portray that on camera, but I was able to get them out today. None of my impacts were working. Like it was a mess. So pretty much I bought a 10-inch extension, 10-inch 3/8 extension, and then just because like I use 3/8 all the time, and then I got a reducer. An adapter just to go from 1/2 inch to 3/8, and I use my 1/2 inch socket. I can't really find it right now. It's a hero, so it disappeared when it's not in use. And yeah, and with the 14 millimeter side, we were able to get it out. I highly recommend, like if your seats haven't been out before, definitely do this with at minimum a 10-inch extension. Probably like a 12-inch extension would be better, but yeah, and definitely use your 1/2 inch wrench. So that is my little tip of the day right there. Get the right tool for the job. All right, so a few hours later, had to phone a friend. Got a friend over to help me set the bar in the car. So let me show you kind of like what we had to do to get this thing into the Miata. It was a bear. All right, so if you look really closely, you can see that I made like this cut right here. That little cut, I had to make a cut right there just to get the roll bar kind of back there. I cut a little bit more than I needed. But I mean, honestly, I'm glad I did, because I think I'm gonna have an issue when it's time to drill the holes. I did the same thing on the other side. Also, I was sure to kind of like put a little bit of paint over where I cut so that I don't get like a whole lot of rust back here. So yeah, as you can see, I still gotta push it back there because I'm trying to put the seatbelt reels in now. So trying to figure that out. Very tight in here. Yeah, so let's get back with you all in a second. Hopefully I have something else bolted in. All right, so let's kind of go over like some of the stuff that I've done. It's kind of tight in here. Yeah, so as you can see, I removed all the trim and everything as seen over there. And I also bolted in the bar. You can kind of see like there's 3 bolts holding the bar on. I mean, it's kind of hard to see, but you kind of get the gist. So yeah, the bar is bolted in, it's fitted in, it fits really good, really tight up here. I was really surprised by, like how tight it fits. Like I can fit a finger under there, but that's about it. Between the soft top frame and the actual bar, it's about a finger. I managed to not scrape it up too much. Same thing with the other side. some of the biggest challenges that I had putting this on would be like on these seat belt bolts. I found that to be kind of challenging, like lining this up. Honestly, I just kind of forced it, and hopefully I don't have any issues. I still have to put in like this little seatbelt bolt thing right here, so I'm gonna get to that today. And all the wiring's like put back. I didn't really move much of it. I just kind of like snuck the bar past it. Yeah, only thing I had to really unplug was the wire on the defrost. So other than that, I think we should be good. I'm gonna need to probably like clean up this area back here a little bit, but other than that, I mean, drilling these holes was kind of tough. The holes in the back are really hard. These holes right here, super easy. So there's 12 bolts total to hold this thing in. So had to jack up the car to put in like the underside of those bolts. You can kind of see them poking out right there, actually. So yeah, did that. Also made sure to like paint up where I drilled the holes. That's really important so that it doesn't rust. Same thing on the other side. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, same thing on this side. Did that, and I'm gonna vacuum out the car today. I'm gonna vacuum out the car, and then I'm also going to, well, I'm gonna vacuum out the car once I put the interior in. So I'm gonna put the interior in first. First interior, second vacuum out the car. Then I'm gonna put all the seats back in, clean up and everything, and then hopefully take it for a drive. So we'll see what happens. I heard that this is actually the hardest part of the install, so maybe I'll get a little time lapse going. I don't know. See you in a bit. So this is supposed to be one of the trickier parts about the install of this roll bar. So it's the package shelf, right? So should probably take that off. So the package shelf isn't gonna fit it. You're gonna have to make some modifications to the package shelf before it goes back in the car. I already kind of test fitted this a little bit in the car. Seems that I'm gonna have to cut like this section off right here, close to this hole, and around, and maybe I can stop at this little edge right here. We'll have to see. It's basically the same kind of cut that I made inside the car, but I don't know. We'll give it a shot. I have on my safety glasses and my gloves because safety is first. And yeah, let's do this thing. All right, so I want to show like kind of like what I cut here for the package shelf. So as you can see, I just kind of made like a small little cut, and I also did a little bit of spray paint. Obviously the color's not gonna match, but whatever. I put this part of the trim back in yet. I haven't put this in yet because it seems like there's gonna be more cutting, but basically you're gonna split this quarter trim in half. Obviously my fitment here is leaving a little bit to be desired, but I mean, hey, I don't think that's too bad to start off with. Yeah, same thing on this side. Since I have an MB, apparently you have to make like these little cuts. So obviously I cut a little bit too much on that side. Not quite as nice as this side over here, but it's whatever. I mean, not too bad. All right. Still not bad. I mean, for the first time that I've done this, I'm chalking this up as me doing pretty good. So, all right, I'll get you guys in the next one. Yeah, the next thing I need to do is put essentially the rest of the quarter trim on, then the carpet, and the sills, and I think we'll be good, the door sills, so the door trim or whatever it's called. But yeah, and I think I'll be done, so let's try to bust this out. All right, so now it's time for what we've all been waiting for, the final result. All right, so this is what the roll bar looks like. The lighting in here is kind of bad right now, but that's the roll bar. I'm pretty happy with this particular cut of the carpet, but this one I'm not as happy. But you know, it happens. First roll bar. I mean, I'm still pleased with the result. I'm still gonna track day every day this thing, so who cares? But I also fit underneath the bar. My head fits underneath the bar, so shouldn't have any problems clearing it with a helmet because I'm short. So that's great. So yeah, that pretty much concludes the video. If you like the content, you know, there's definitely more to come. So like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more. And I'm gonna try to start dropping videos more frequently. I know I was slacking, but yeah. All right. Have a good one. Peace.